Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to The Blueprints. The Blueprints? Is the game just called Blueprint? I can't even remember the name of the
It's
game
just
anymore.
called Blueprints.
It's just called Two Brothers. All right, let's go. Let's go outside. We got one more day on our blessing of the chef, which has been of zero value to us so far, because it turns out the moment you get a blessing that affects the dining room, you stop drawing the dining room because blueprints.
Blueprints.
Blueprints. Schoolhouse, right? One more
I
thing to be trying to do all day.
yeah, you really feel the pull of the schoolhouse.
There
I
is
would have
the
done
rooms
shelter.
are different from why? Why shelter? So you get that
To
one gem?
loss aversion of the three red rooms. Well, well, the fountain, coin, the fountain.
The fountain.
Also, did you want to try to do that wheel in the underground?
I mean, we don't know. I don't think it's particularly interesting necessarily when we just have one of them. Like
Okay.
we don't have any way of knowing if it is necessarily the case that one of them connects to the other. Like the
Okay.
positionally they might be particular, right? It might not just be enter any 8 valid wheels in whatever order you damn well please.
All right.
Bitch. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. Um are you using the words well and fountain interchangeably? Is that a thing?
A little bit.
No, but is that a thing?
I mean,
I am asking you, is that what the game means by fountain? Because I've been expecting there to be a fountain,
I'm almost certain that's what the game means by fountain.
but
And
that doesn't. Is that a thing I'm not aware of that people call wells fountains? I've
people
never heard that
sometimes
before.
so a well tends to go like further underground, and a fountain, like even just like a little pool, even there's not like water, spraying up from it, is a fountain.
No, a fountain has a dispensing apparatus.
I mean, it should, but people do call it a fountain sometimes. I worked in a building for 15 years that had a fountain that did not have a dispensing apparatus. People put coins in it all the time, too.
Yeah, like a. All right, when we next time we get the pump room,
Okay.
we can adjust. If the game is calling that thing a fountain, I'm gonna be maybe madder than I've been at anything else in the entirety of the game, because there is a name for the kind of structure that is, and it objectively is not a fountain.
Okay. Pick a room.
Yeah, I'm debating between the bedroom and the closet here. Like,
Bedroom.
all right,
Oh, I see. Okay, I see how this is going to be.
I think you've proven over the last couple of runs
Except for when
exactly
I was right.
exactly the degree to which I should listen to you. I don't remember a lot of that happening, honestly.
Um, I mean, I would say pick the library because then you can do a reading nook later and get another library, get another chance at getting the book room, bookshop.
Right. We don't really want the bookshop when we don't have money.
But we have some money. We'll get more money.
Yeah, we'll get more money.
I see this is the energy that we're having already. Okay, I see how it is.
Okay, so this is unfortunate because I really want to be drafting classrooms as often as possible, but this classroom goes the wrong way. That said, we still have the entrance hall. Maybe I do just take it. I'm just going to take it. And there'll be an apple on the desk. And I don't think there's probably any other reason to hang out here. Alright. Please be kind. Spirit Green Room is relatively kind.
Yeah, it's all right.
I like that over a door going to the left out of the conference room. This would be a good position for a conference room. It's not a terrible position for a chapel, honestly. And we do need to get a bishop down if we're gonna chess puzzle, because we're trying to do all of the things all at once. Because there's no way of knowing which ones will be reasonable and which ones won't on any given run. Damn it! Again with this shit.
Don't.
None of them connect to the foundation. Yeah, I think I am going to redraw. Really? You can't connect me to the foundation at all? Fucking assholes. I guess we should get the power hammer.
And let's remember...
I'm very annoyed.
Yeah, let's remember to put the power hammer back.
I'm going to put the power hammer back, all right.
What does that mean?
It means I'm angry.
Calm, my baby.
I can't. These fucking blueprints. This tiny child has enraged me, and I will not be held responsible for my actions. I don't feel too bad drafting classroom here because we have the door off the entrance hall for the space beyond. Okay. But I suppose there's something to be said for taking the library and just getting into the corner.
All right. Yeah. I would say library, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's... Despite the fact that you said it, I think I'm going to take it. But then I'm not going to... Maybe I don't draft off of it right away. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Could you maybe be nice to me?
I am being nice to you. I'm just not taking your advice. It's different. Well...
Okay, so the study has a queen.
Shit. Because we've never been to the attic before.
Yeah.
Right? This is like the moment. Shit, it's so hard to draw a queen. But I mean, the queen doesn't necessarily even do anything for us, right? Because we have to also pull the office. I'm taking us to the attic. We got to see the new room, right? We got to see a new room.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And a key, and a key, and a broken lever. And a magnifying glass. Everything takes forever to interact with. The spruce goose is here.
Hey, there's a bishop in this room.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Dear Ms. Marigold, thank you so much for giving our editors the opportunity to consider your illustrated children's book, The Red Prince. Unfortunately, I regret that we have come to the conclusion that all of the illustrations are wonderful, we do not think the material is a good fit with Ruffington's current catalog, and therefore will not be pursuing a partnership at this time. If you provided us with a return envelope, your manuscript will be returned to you, otherwise it has been recycled. Thank you again for thinking of us here at Ruffington, and do not be discouraged to submit any work you complete in the future. We wish you every success in finding a home for your book. Thomas Yanders, editor, Ruffington Red Publishing, Children's Book Department, 205 Concetta Street, and then I guess that's what phone numbers look like. Or maybe it's an area code. I don't know, whatever.
Zip code, probably.
Change the ending. Too political.
There's a date
Too
up
political.
in the upper left.
Yeah, it says April 12th.
Okay.
Um, I do want to say, like, I was pretty dismissive of the ending, like the ending where it was like the child learned to love blue, right?
Yeah.
And I don't. I think one thing about that is it's something that had occurred to me later, and then it just didn't come up. So I don't think I've said it on camera yet. One thing about that is that I think the problem is that, like, you have this idea that the prince loved red, right? This idea from the book, but it's
Mm-hmm.
only from the book because in the actual house, you already hate red when you start playing
Yeah.
the game. The red rooms are all the bad rooms. The blue rooms are the normal rooms. The red notes are the ones that lie to you. So, like,
And
the idea of the now the prince loved blue, it doesn't represent any change because because you already loved blue and did not like red. I think that they really fucked up mechanically. I like having that change be represented by an actual mechanical change as well. Maybe the red rooms weren't harmful before and they become harmful once you get to the end. Once you get to room 46 for the first time, sort of like a like a Binding of Isaac style, like now the boss is harder kind of thing, or like
it yeah.
it's just false. It's just a big part of the reason that doesn't work for me is that in practice it's just the game lying to you.
It is interesting that the voiceover of the book, her reading the book at the end of the thing,
Yeah.
it is a different text than what's in the book.
Yes.
Yeah. I know that's what you're. I know. I'm saying. I think that's
Okay, it's the same.
same. Okay.
I don't think the words are the same either.
That's what I. Okay.
Also, I think it's kind of a different story.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay.
Amabel, I'm doing a Pootie Tang with you. I'm doing a reference to the beloved film Pootie Tang, with which we are both familiar. What? What? You are not about to talk shit about Pootie Tang. I
I'm
know
not.
that. Okay.
I know. I'm not.
So I guess the classroom makes sense here. I'm a little like we're already so closed off, right? But at least
Yeah.
we get multi-draft out of the classroom. Okay, so it seems like the hall pass is always here. Right, it was in the second grade room before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing new here. I want to see the rest of the classrooms. I also desperately need gems. So the commissary gets us out in the correct direction. Reading Nook gets us a library, potentially. We still don't really have the money to benefit from a library. I think I'm okay with the commissary.
Okay.
Because again, oh no, right, gem. Well, then we're definitely taking the Nook.
Reading Nook.
We have
Yeah.
4 redraws available.
Yeah. Do you just want to try to find something cool?
Well, I'll tell you, the thing I'm be most interested in drawing is like the den. So it's kind of gone already.
Yeah.
The thing is, we just need gems very badly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Reading Nook it is.
So we have the rook and the bishop. Library gives us the knight. We already have a library. We already have a knight. Right. So all we need then is the queen and the king.
Yeah. So the conference room gives us 2 doors. The question is whether we think the library rare draft is going to be good. But good, interesting, rare rooms usually require gems. Right, so
Yeah.
I think let's just take the conference room, eat an orange, an entire orange, without peeling it, because there's nutrients in there. All right. Well,
Well,
so this is the gymnasium, right?
I guess.
Because the storeroom dead ends us.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing on the benches or anything. Gallery gives gems.
Okay.
And room 8 does have at least one door in it. So there's that. I don't want a roommate here though. I don't think. If we took the patio,
Mm-hmm.
here's a question, and maybe it's worth taking the patio just to find out. Although, I should probably take the West Wing Hall. But the thing I was wondering, the reason I almost want to take the patio here, is I'm curious how many gems will be put in the conference room. Like when you pick patio, does it, because there's only one other green room, would it drop one gem
Mm.
in the conference room, or would it drop like it had done a good spread?
Yeah.
I think this is a time best not to test that, but it is a question I think that is worth testing. Sometime, perhaps. Okay.
Well, it's a new classroom.
It is a new classroom. Oh, no. Science is fun. We have seen this classroom,
Okay.
actually. The next one will be a new one. So the break room's not a terrible... So like
Yeah.
a place to just have in the house.
Yeah.
We don't have a shovel, right? No, we don't have a shovel. So drafted in the courtyard wouldn't really get us like a lot of value. Yeah. It's probably a good idea to have a break room in the house.
Yeah.
Has this changed
And
stuff about the house? Okay, let's put a coffee machine in here, which I don't seem to be able to use.
okay.
Okay, this is not new information. Staff contracts are no longer kept on the highest rank. Huh. H.S. Sinclair and Ann Babbage are the only two on the estate with network admin access, which is not correct. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's not like useful necessarily, but it's interesting. All right, let's do a dart puzzle. Oh, this has been updated. Rules for staff. 1 point per consecutive dartboard solved during breaks. Each week, point totals reset, and weekly leader gets an extended lunch. And we have here a scoreboard. So, comparing this against my list of staff names, we have Ann Babbage. We have Denny Ravain's name is not here, which makes sense because he was fired. Randolph M at 10 points. Christoph, presumably Christoph the driver, is CT.
Okay.
And then Robert Nagula, the new groundskeeper, is at 30. I have a Bridget and a Hartley. Hartley R, maybe? And who's not accounted for here? KT, KD. Man, yeah, we're not close to figuring out the staff. We have a lot more information than it seems like we should have, and that's often a real problem. All right, so add 4, subtract 4. And then 1 times 11 is 11. Oh.
Okay.
There's a Smashable in the secret garden.
Yeah.
We don't know if the secret garden can occur on this side of the house, do we?
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, this is actually a fine time for this classroom, too. Leading us back into the main part of the house. All right, what's the homework this time? Identify each realm on the map below. Okay, so this is a map of 7 realms. And this is pretty close to right. Patricia did a 5 of 7 job. Artie Anders also did a 5 of 7 job. Boy, a thing that should be trivial to do and isn't because this is a video game is to just hold these 2 pieces of paper next to each other.
Yeah.
Did anybody else? Proja H got a 4. Kathleen, I hope this isn't a political statement. C-. So there's a thing about referring to one of the nations as another nation, right?
Yeah.
This is a 4th grade classroom. Okay. The Ore Sphere, the 3rd era. Okay, the spiral of stars here is the thing that her ladyship has drawn on that note that says, "Does it ever end?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to make of that. The South Key, showing the 8 on its side. The North Circle. There's a tiny little eye in the middle. Don't know what to do with that. "46 rot, 90 degrees, 58 inches." Rot, Tor 46. What are we seeing here?
Rotate? This rot rotate.
Yeah, and there's numbers on the inner circle bits as well. That definitely would not be readable without a magnifying glass. So rotate pointing to 46. 90 degrees, 58 degrees, 8 degrees, 8 degrees. I'm not really sure what to make of this right now. Huh. Amabel, do you have anything?
I don't have anything at the moment. I'm just looking at it, and
Just have to remember, I guess. Which is good, because that's our strong suit around here. Around these parts. Okay, and then this is a map of the other continents. The Seeker of Signs, the Devoted Circle. They have one of them rogue moons. The Outer Circle, Via, Fenmore, Mora, Dauja, Mamora. Huh. Well, it's a lot of world information.
yeah.
Is Eclipse in Eclipse? Huh.
We saw something about an in eclipse
Did we?
before. Yeah.
Do you remember where?
I don't.
Okay.
I remember it being a weird.
Yeah, it's a weird word for sure. It would, I could see how it would stick out. All right, we're getting like this is too much information to even work with right now. Then we got these worksheets. Let's take some screenshots of the rest of these geography worksheets, and we can figure out whatever it is we're supposed to be figuring out later.
Yeah. Do you want to try the special key? See if the garden.
Hold on, we're opening. No, the secret guard definitely can't be placed there. Right?
Okay.
It has to be
Well,
on the
the key-
outside of the.
Well, then the key just won't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're saying put it in anyway because you are trying to be difficult. All right. There you go. There you go. You win, Amabel. Okay, so we have a bunch of redraws here. What do we want to do?
I say let's use them. Let's get a good fucking room.
Yeah, but what do we want? Like, what I'm asking, what are we looking for?
Study. Study
okay.
or off. Well, study really because we need to be able to keep moving. You know, is the thing.
Yeah, so we have the north door out of the gymnasium. We have the conference room door, which is a key card.
Security door. Yeah.
You got another classroom, but we can't use it. We're out of gems. There's another thing. We just need gems, right?
Yeah.
Parlor dead ends. It would be perfect otherwise. Honestly, a parlor facing the other way would be one of the best possible draws.
Workshop gets us through.
Yeah, but it gets us through into a space that we kind of like. That's a low value space because we already have access to it. I really would like something that gives us trophy room. You got me again. If we had lockpicks or something, I think Great Hall would be a pretty solid pick.
Yeah. Do another redraw.
Running low on redraws.
Well, there's a study.
Well, there's a study.
That's a king. No, that's a queen. That's a queen.
Yeah.
And if we can get the office off the gymnasium, then we have the chess puzzle.
Yeah, if we can get the office off the gymnasium.
No, I know,
we should dead end the run for the 1 in 3,000 chance that, like, we should probably only worry about the chess puzzle on runs where we have already drawn the office, right? I'm gonna take the dovecote
okay.
in the hopes that it will take us somewhere fine. We do not have a shovel right now. We have lots of other
Yeah.
things. Okay. And of course, there's this. Okay, gift shop. We have a little bit of money. Most importantly, the gift shop has 2 doors on it.
Yeah.
And if the door on the left is locked, then I think we should be able to secret garden key there.
Okay.
All right, what's for sale? The lunchbox. A permanent addition to the dining room. Well, I don't know that I want to just like hold on to this money. Right?
All right. Yeah. You want to grab that?
I guess there's no sense in grabbing it now though, because like we're about to be probably cornered. Like we can get a little bit more information and then make that choice. Okay, so this I think should good. The secret garden has spread fruit into the conference room for steps. So that's
Okay.
something. Mostly what I'm excited about is this. All right, what have we here? Whoa. What did that do? What?
Well, that's an eclipse.
Yeah. Do we want to get everything facing the in eclipse? Well, we just turned the top like. Or is this what it was showing before? Before we turned it and made the lever show?
I don't know. Well, let's
I don't
turn
remember.
the other one and
Yeah, I'm just trying to align them facing the other directions. So I'm just curious if anything will happen. Indeed.
Well, this is another.
Yeah. This is a setup for a
Are you taking a
Sanctum.
screenshot?
Yep,
Okay.
I got one. So we had an alignment already where they were all facing that way, right? What if they're all facing the door? We sure haven't seen this. It's gonna take a second. I apologize. But now, now that we've seen, like, we as well check the 4th direction, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the lever again.
Yeah, also we should pull this because, maybe we could get into the thing. Maybe. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to get through the hedge there. But I guess we've been on this side of the outside of the house. All right, so at this point we have united them in pointing in every direction, right?
Yeah.
The thing we got mostly was that Sanctum code. I thought so. It seems like it needs to be used on rank 8.
Yeah.
All right. I guess there's not a lot left to do here, so this seems like the time to buy the lunchbox. All right. Permanent upgrades purchased. And so now back to the gymnasium.
Yes.
We have an antechamber door open. It's not impossible that we could make it to door 46 today.
And if we don't, we're going to coat check the hammer and then call it a day in the
Break room.
break room.
Damn it. So this is not going to work, right? Yeah. We got lucky the first time. All right. Is that us locked out then?
I mean, we have 2 rooms on the off the entrance hall.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We could absolutely still get a key or something.
You can see another one of your precious classrooms that you love so much.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine being so lucky? Well, Storm Room gets us a guaranteed
A key.
guaranteed key. Also a gem to maybe make drafting a little bit easier.
Swimbird.
Also, we'll say hi to Swimbird.
Look at him!
Dare. All right. Back to it. So, yeah,
Gymnasium
just
door.
north gymnasium. There is unfortunately nothing else we can do. Even running back and forth through the gymnasium, it's not really that bad stepwise. Well, we definitely don't want to take this classroom. In fact, we must take this parlor, basically. But the odds of this next room being locked again are pretty high at this point. And I see no keys. There are 2 false statements. This is the only true statement. The white box is empty. Well, so if there are 2 false statements, if this is true, and these are both false, then that works, right? The white box has the gems in it.
Yeah, okay.
That's logically functional. God damn it. We're so close to an open antechamber door. We're getting this shit kicked out of us by this key card.
Now, something we could do, if you think we had enough steps, is we could go... Because we can go through the
Oh, interesting. Well, we don't have the basement key.
Oh no, we don't. Right.
And I don't. It did not look to me like that was a permanent opening.
Right.
So I think we just go coat check our power hammer.
Yeah,
and the room, the break room. Do you remember any rooms that we wanted to power hammer that we haven't?
I don't remember.
What am I doing?
but I remember those two that we
Yeah,
did,
those were
but
the
I
two
don't.
big ones.
Mm,
Trying to think.
it's such a pain in the ass to put it together, though. I don't.
Yeah.
There's one that we're missing. I don't want to. That I didn't write down which rooms they were. Maybe I should have.
Sorry, I'm looking on my other monitor and stuff. Okay, code check is this way. So yeah, without having any idea what the treasure map is actually doing for us, I'm assuming whatever treasure it represents, you can only get while you're holding the treasure map, so you don't
Yeah.
stumble into it. Yeah, I think you're probably right that this is the only thing that makes sense to check. And then break room is
Break room.
unfortunately a really annoying run. What a nightmare. Yeah, this is still right. Okay. Okay. Call it a day.
All right.
Nice to begin with a key card. And if we can find the security computer early, we should turn up the key card, the door frequency. An academic jigsaw house. We're going to see all these classrooms at some point. The 8th one's going to have something really cool in it, I'm sure. You know?
Probably not.
Why? Why do you think this? Or are you saying it just to torment me?
I remember what school was like. Classrooms, they didn't get cooler. They didn't get better.
All right, hold on just a second. I'm going to get up real quick because there's a little stuffy in here. I'm going to open a window.
All right. Well, I'll entertain the viewers until you come back. So hello, viewers. We have 70 steps here and 2 gems. I'm starting with the key card. That's pretty good. And gosh, sorry about that. Um, I'm not good at this. She's really good at this job. She can feel for time. She can just go, and I am not. I do not have that skill set that she has, and that's why. That's why. Well, I guess that's the end of that story.
I could hear that you were
Hi.
talking. I couldn't hear what you were saying, but I assume you were talking a lot of shit.
Yes, always. You know me. I'm always
Just
saying.
talking trash, telling cruel stories about that time that I cried at the. Well, I mean, everywhere. You'd have such a wide
You do cry
variety.
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have such a wide variety of stories available. Tool shed?
Tool shed. Yeah.
Hell yeah, shovel magnifying glass is a good start. It's no shovel lockpicks, but it's good. It's
It's all
exciting.
right though.
Shovel's
Yeah.
always good. All right, this time we will. You know what? I'm being punished. This time we will throw a coin in the well so as not to be punished. So, shovel magnifying glass key card. I think it's pretty strong. Pretty strong opening. We don't
Yeah.
want to break our box right away super badly, right? I don't think that.
I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, I
No.
think
Den.
that makes sense. Conservatory, I don't think is like.
Conservatory is pretty good.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it usually has dirt in it and... Alright. Handful of coins. Just the one dirt this time. Rook. We got a rook, although we end up with the nook all the time, so maybe it doesn't matter so much. Okay. The greenhouse is at standard. I don't know that I would want to change that necessarily. West Wing Hall seems fine at standard. The Mechanarium is at unusual, and that again might be the right... Honestly, I don't know that I want to change any of these.
Okay.
I guess... Maybe Mechanarium could come down to standard. I don't know. I'm going to leave it.
Okay. That was a little less exciting than usual, but you know.
Yeah, we got some coins out of it. We got a green room in place. That's a nice thing usually. This gets me rook again.
Yeah. Well,
That's fine. I think it's fine. Trying to be a little bit more thorough. All right, so library up toward the foundation or hallway. It's
library's pretty
probably
good.
library. I know. I like additional key. You know. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
the library was like, "Listen, I'll do whatever you want." Okay, so the ballroom gets us 2 gems some number of times. The gallery gets us 2 gems and 4 coins right now.
Mm-hmm.
This ballroom's better, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
It'll hand us 2 right now, and then who knows how many times we'll walk back over here. And then we get to...
There's
not a lot of them, huh?
there's another one though. There's one right. Yeah, there it is. So good at using my words.
All right, turnip's fine. Turnip's fine. So there's no reason to use this because well, I mean, there's no reason not to, probably. We haven't gotten to do it before. From this side.
Well, what's gonna happen though? We're gonna tap out when to go as soon as we get to the bottom of the elevator. And...
Not even Larry Fessenden could save us now.
Oh, don't worry, he's not gonna get credited.
Oh no! Okay, it does just open. I guess we did unlock it permanently.
Or it just opens from this side?
Maybe. In any case, that's interesting.
Yeah. That was a fun joke I made about how the people who wrote the Until Dawn game don't get any kind of credit in the movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a fun.
I don't think anyone cares. To be fair, I don't think anyone cares about the movie. Also, should the people who wrote the movie has literally nothing to do with the game, right? It's
sure, but if I write a book and someone like adapts the book into a movie,
but they're not adapting it. The movie has literally nothing to do with it. Like literally, it's just the title and the font treatment of the title.
Okay, well they paid for the adaptation rights.
Did they?
I don't know.
I think they owned it. The whole reason that movie was happening is because it's the people who own the movie using the rights, so they don't. So commissary would potentially get us some items. We have a lot of the kinds of items we want at this point. I think I'm kind of thinking about just taking the parlor. We don't actually have a use for the power hammer at the moment.
All right, just do the parlor then.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like this makes the ballroom trick like kind of less fun, right?
Yeah, you love those gems.
I really do. I really have come around on them. I feel like we had a bunch of runs end due to not being able to draft, the rooms that we want. All the cool stuff costs gems. And so it radicalized me. The gems
Yeah.
are in another box. The truth is on another box. the unholy union of Toad and Fox
The
Mulder.
words "another box" are on another box. Well, that's true.
That is objectively a true statement. So the truth is on another box. The truth? A truth?
Yeah, I think they're in the blue box.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know
That's
black
false.
is true. We know
Yeah.
black is true. Because black is true, white is true.
Mm-hmm.
And then blue says gems are in another box. Yeah. I'm just talking it through for all the Amabels in the audience who are not as fast as you.
All the total sweethearts in the audience. Big pile of stuff. Like the observatory gets better and better the further we get into the game. Big pile of stuff versus laboratory. The laboratory lets us remote.
Yeah.
Into the computer, which I think is actually really valuable right now. And who knows? Maybe we'll get a cool experiment. Set dice to 2. I think is we would definitely want to be able to roll. And yeah. Oh yeah. And then also we log into the network. Except I actually type something at the password screen. As an old trick, just jam enter until the system can't handle it anymore. That's hacking 101. I learned that one from Kevin Mitnick.
Who's Kevin Mitnick?
Don't worry about it. That's a joke. That's a joke for nobody. It's not even really a joke. It's just me saying the name of a person.
You don't know what jokes are either. I don't know why you're always at me about.
I do know what jokes are. That's how I know I'm not doing them. I mean, there's no situation where you want the offline mode to be locked, but I can't imagine it mattering. All right, let's get as many keycard doors as we can in this estate. Anything else fun going on in here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So we want to just try to go out through the north side of the foundation. All right, well.
I mean, gift shop is just a better chapel.
Does the gift shop have the bishop? I'm sorry, I'm so bad about the chess pieces.
Oh, right.
There's a couple of bishop rooms though, and we see the chapel a lot.
Well, the other bishop rooms are the rumpus room, the bookshop, and the attic. Those are all pretty rare.
Yeah, it basically is like, are you drawing the chapel later? Well, again, I don't. We don't need to worry about this so much, because like we need the king and queen thing to happen. That's the part that's unlikely, right?
I suppose. Do you want to get the T-shirt?
No, certainly not in the middle of the run. Commissary this time?
Okay. Yeah, security door.
Okay, an upgrade disc, some gems, a key.
Oh, upgrade disc is real good.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy it now. But let's remember that it's here.
We have a computer.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's remember then.
Okay, I mean, there's a decent chance we can try to pull the pool off of this, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay. let's try to pull it from this way because I do not know. Again, have we seen the pool against the wall of the house? At this point, we have, right? Oh, there's Chamber of Mirrors is kind of interesting because we've never actually gotten to come around. Well, I guess one of the sides is blocked here too. I think we want to redraw.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a chance to dig, so we haven't gotten any dice yet. I guess just corridor it.
Yeah. But before you go through, maybe do the other.
Yeah. I'm with you. So the greenhouse is going to have dig spots in it.
Yeah.
We'll probably be able to get some dice.
Yeah.
Oh. This is a power hammer thing.
Okay. Well, did we get the coat check?
No, I didn't take it, but this, I'm reminded, so.
Okay.
And we have it available. It is theoretically, it's in the pool. It's in the pool. It could come up at any time. Nothing of interest. Does that count?
Does not count.
Does not count. Really? Nothing of interest.
Trash.
There's a.
It's not trash.
There's a non-trash trash option, just to really fuck you. That's so mean-spirited.
That's blueprints.
That really is so blueprints. Holy hell, that's blueprints. We already have access to that side. If we were to secret passage here, what do you think?
Yeah. We could secret passage.
Yeah, it's not an answer to my question. What do you think?
I always like doing a secret passage, but it's like, what kind of shop are we gonna do? Yeah.
Indeed, it is like that. It is almost like that is the question.
Be nice to me. Well, not red.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Maybe green.
Yeah, like a courtyard would not be a horrible thing. We definitely would get some digging done in the courtyard.
Blue wouldn't be terrible either. Because the pool is blue. The coat check is blue.
Yeah. Can you take blue? You can't take blue.
Okay.
So we could take another hall. We could take a shop. What's left in the shop pool? It's like keysmith, kitchen, and the expensive shops.
And the bookshop, which I don't think will come off secret passage.
My guess is that we can't pull that way. Kitchen wouldn't be horrible. Okay. But honestly, maybe we're best off just... I think it's either green or orange.
You just do green then.
To pull an orange and try to
Green will give us more digging.
And if we're pulling orange, we're just hoping to get something that's as good as the courtyard in terms of doors. Oh, I'm out of normal keys. See, this is why I didn't want to spend money yet, because we can buy a key in the commissary, and it's quite expensive.
Okay.
But I think maybe it's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a one-time purchase. It did not go away when we did it. Ooh. It's really hoping for courtyard. Well, spare green room's not awful.
Yeah.
I really don't like this hard cut across the house. Maybe we got to take cloister just to avoid blowing up our entire spot.
It's a lot of gems, but
Yeah. Please. Okay, so I figured there would be at least one key card. actually, we can't. Okay.
It's gonna be storeroom. Yeah.
It's going to be storeroom. There's dirt in the storeroom. Somebody has here stored some coins.
Swimbird.
Swimbird. Alright. I'm reinvigorated. Do we want to go south for a little while to just try to like build up some resources?
Yeah. That sounds like a plan to me.
Oh, also it's a keycard door, so. Hey. Hey. Look at all that. And it's not a bad position for it at all. So we don't have keys really. If we can draft I'm hoping the power hammer still works on those things. We don't actually know that. Can't take courtyard.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, here, let's do this. Let me see if this door over here opens. It does. Okay, so what I like about this, obviously, is that it gives us the chance to draw the bedchamber.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about the terrace. But I guess we've drafted kind of a lot of green rooms.
Yeah, we already have probably the green rooms we're gonna get, I would say.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's still the court, like, there's still very much the courtyard. There's all the ones that can occur on this side of the house, including the patio and stuff. I don't think we're done, but the pantry does give us...
I think the pantry's better.
Yeah, the pantry gives us some opportunities. Banana.
Ladyship's chamber.
Yeah, that's the boudoir and the walk-in closet. I always forget which rooms it affects. Okay, Ladyship's coin purse. After they removed it, she insisted on keeping it and updating it into a snappy little carry-on.
Okay, can you
Pretty unusual.
pull up the map when you have a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, so
at this point, where are we at? We have a rook.
We have a knight.
We have a rook in the nook in the conservatory. We have the queen. We have a knight. We don't have a bishop, and of course, we don't have a king.
Okay.
If we can pull the office, then we can start worrying about other stuff, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to go straight through the spare green room at this point. Conference room and hallway are both... The hallway is probably the sensible one, right?
Okay. Yeah. There's something on that table, by the way.
Yeah, there usually is. It's very often a gem there. I've gotten us pretty far away from the ballroom. Makes it hard to benefit from it again. Perhaps that was the great foolishness. Alright, so we're looking for pump room and boiler room, and oh, there's the chapel. Ah. Which things are we taking seriously? The pump room is set to common.
Yeah. I think take the chapel.
We're still missing a really important piece of this that's rare.
Yeah.
All right. Locker room's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
And then, is there anything in the already open lockers? There is not. Okay, but there's keys spread throughout the house, and that's a thing of some utility. Okay, and the dark room just connects us back to the gift shop, which I think is reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to actually take this opportunity to dip back to the ballroom real quick.
That's smart.
Do we want to run... Do we want to just run back through the entrance hall now?
Yes, but I would make an argument for grabbing the disc from the commissary and run it in the laboratory computer.
Okay. I mean, those things are very few steps apart.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of reasons we might want to have money later.
Okay.
And we can probably do the commissary thing at the end of the day, if we don't, you know,
run out of steps and yeah. Okay.
I hope that I am not being hopelessly naive. Supposed to be looking around. Keys have been spread throughout the house. Gotta be more cautious than that.
Hell yeah, key.
Hell yeah, a key. All right, yeah, you'll just have to let me know if you see one, basically.
Yeah.
Reasonable time for an observatory.
Yeah.
Let's get paid. So, key, this is the apple. And that's 7 and 8. So this is 11. It's not the skull. It's the big diamond. Okay. Well, I'm feeling loaded up now.
Yeah.
I mean, guest bedroom for the steps is really not bad.
Yeah.
And there's usually a gem in here, too. Ah, a key. Even better. Well, the breaker box doesn't really do anything for us, so I guess security just to keep moving.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
And it would be cool if we could connect back to the hallway here. It would certainly save us some steps. Okay, sometimes there's stuff on that table, I feel like. Got ourselves a knight. Not that we need it. We have already interacted with that. Okay, pump room. Boy, we would have to draw the boiler room right the fuck here.
We might.
We might.
I think it's worth going for.
Yeah, all right. We can play with the fountain setting.
Regardless.
The conference room does possibly connect us through the hallway, at least.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to pump the fountain now?
Yeah, I guess. Let's see. I'm gonna be very annoyed. Actually.
Oh, can we?
Yeah. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, actually we'll be fine. If we refill the pool all the way, shouldn't be an issue. Well, actually, so does the fountain connect to just one of the tanks? No, the fountain connects to both of them. Yeah, this should be easy. Oh, there's actually 4 units of water in 5 units of water in the tanks already. So yeah, I think we have just enough capacity. So we need to refill the pool. Pool. Then we need to get the water out of the other tank somewhere. So somewhere they both connect to. Like the reservoir I'll have to do. So we go and then we flush this tank. Then we swap back and we put the contents of this tank back in the pool.
Okay.
All right. Then we go to the fountain. We pull 4 units of the fountain, switch back to the pool, dump those 4 units in the pool, and then we withdraw the rest into the 2 tanks. And we will have, I believe, just enough capacity. But it's going to be a pain in the ass to get the water back out of the pool afterward, so.
Yeah.
This whole process is annoying. And so that's going to make it worse when it turns out that they are referring to the well as a fountain, because the person who made the game is presumably not super familiar with the English language. You did it too, though. So
yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is everybody but me is wrong. Look at that. Fountain emptied. Do we want to? I guess we can just leave this like this for the moment, and go and check the cloister.
We'll check the fountain.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying we're not doing. It's the opposite of the plan. Delicious apples. Wow. It's incredible. See, now I don't remember which rooms were around when we hit the locker room, so I don't know what. I don't remember what could have keys spread in it. Here we go. Here's one. Yeah.
So a well is a water source and a fountain is water storage.
That is
like the technical
not
definition of.
It's not my familiarity with those terms, but fine. All right. Well, this is the only one that doesn't kill us, so we take this.
I had to look it up myself. So.
Honk honk. What's for lunch?
I mean, that's pretty good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not bad. Might be better later. We don't need to eat right now. We have plenty of. Okay, dining room. I wish was not facing the way it's facing. So at this point, we're looking for the office. We're looking for making it into the antechamber, right?
Right.
And then we can check the fountain whenever.
Yeah.
So maybe it's okay to take the passageway here, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the better.
Do we don't have an opening, right?
No, we don't.
It was last run that we had an opening.
Right.
So we still need to find that too.
Come on, office.
Well, Courtyard and Dovecote are both
Courtyard
live.
gets us digs.
Courtyard gets us digs and maybe items. Yeah.
Maybe dice too if we actually dig up some garbage.
Aha! Dice. I'm actually not going to dig again then immediately. I can't believe digging up nothing counts as not, it doesn't count as garbage. That's so ridiculous.
I say roll again. Let's go for. Let's try to find that office.
Okay. Sorry, stretching. The thing I was making noises about was break room.
Yeah,
break room is kind of exciting actually. Hey, here's the thing. I don't actually want the office here. Right? The office is the office would finish the pattern though. Right?
The office gives us the chess puzzle.
Yeah. All right. Well. But like we could workshop and roll the room at the other end of the workshop for the office.
Okay.
But also maybe get a connection to the antechamber. And that's the one that opens in the right side here is the one that opens in the great hallway, right?
Yes.
Which is one of the easier opens to achieve. I think I would rather take the workshop now and then roll the room on the other side of it. What do we have here? Okay, doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything.
Right, if we find the code check, we can break through that other brick wall.
Yeah. That is also a possibility. Okay. Well, do we know the rules for the office? Do we know any rules for the office?
I don't remember.
Because I do kind of like the idea of taking the dining room here, and then we can just roll the room coming off the right side of it.
All right.
But also, also it's a lot of steps. Look at all this. Look at all this. Delicious. All right. That's a lot of steps. Ooh.
Oh, I mean, I kind of want to say take the coat check so we can break open that wall.
The odds of getting the office are pretty bad.
Yeah. Let's take what we can get.
Yeah. I agree.
And I think this is the last one with a brick wall that we've seen.
I mean, yeah. I feel like the power hammer ought to be able to do the job, you know?
Do
So
you want to?
we only used one of the dice, but we can't. So that's right. We can't use a die and then back off. So we may as well. Then there's a question of whether I want to use a key on that. I think the answer is no.
Does the power hammer work on it? Do we know that yet?
Oh, right. We have. Sorry. Yeah, we have a hammer. Good looking out, Amabel. And now we have all the keys in the world because we don't need them. That's the rules.
Blueprint.
Blueprints. Yeah, let's have a look here.
I mean, redraw seat. Maybe we might get an office.
Yeah. Gymnasium. So I'm trying to think, like, the ways to enter the bottom door are, if we re-rolled into the other red room, the really rough one, we do still have enough steps to like do stuff, and that would get us the antechamber.
Reroll.
Yeah. Well, that closes the runoff. But we get to do whatever's in the greenhouse.
Yeah. Do you want to grab the walk-in closet? There might be an item worth co-checking.
Yeah, maybe. All right, that's interesting. Nope. Two keys, a gem, and a sleep mask.
So the things that we have to do is the greenhouse and getting the disc from the commissary.
Yep, which is all in the same area, really.
Yeah.
What am I doing? That door doesn't go that way. It's through the kitchen, into the cloister, left through the cloister. Here we go. Alright, how many more of these can there be? Hey, that did open up the thing to the cloister. That's interesting. So we found the gardener's logbook. Correspondence envelopes. This is a strange little room. Okay. The original gardener's logbook, February 1990 until when I get fired. So I do believe this is Denny's, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a record of my many indiscretions and lapses of judgment. Should this logbook ever be found, know that my guilt is exceeded only by my failings. Somebody really, really editorialized pretty heavily here. As the groundskeeper of a vast estate, it is my responsibility to ensure the property remains well maintained and beautiful all year round. From the many green rooms of the manor to the sprawling lawns, it is my duty to attend to every aspect of the grounds, ensuring they are orderly, presentable, and accessible so that they may be appreciated by both guests and the family. That would be the day. This logbook, many years overdue, will serve as a record of some of my duties, discoveries and contributions I have made to the estate over the many years I have served here as groundskeeper, and however many more are yet to come. Not many, apparently. And then also they've crossed out his name. Whoever's doing this is like an incredibly petulant child. February 25th, 1990. A few months ago, I made a truly remarkable discovery in my role of Mount Holly horticulturist. Through years of breeding and experimentation, I successfully created a new species of flower with a fruit that resembles a gemstone in every detail. Although the fruit is not edible, it is nevertheless a marvel of nature, possessing all the beauty and brilliance of a genuine jewel, but with the added benefit of being entirely organic. Despite the creation of this flower being my proudest accomplishment to date, my joy was slightly curbed when I was informed by Randolph Moore. Randolph M. is Randolph Moore. that my employer's company, Cinca, had decided to deny my request to announce my discovery to the public, completely disregarding my years of hard work and dedication to this project. This decision was absolute rubbish. I have poured my heart and soul into this project, investing countless hours of research and experimentation to create something truly extraordinary. I feel this flower has the potential to make significant impact on the field of horticulture, and it feels like such a waste to keep a gem like this hidden away for, quote, future research. As I suspected, they wanted the flower to serve primarily as a cheap way to produce resources for special floor plans. Hold on now. What is the place in the world of a house like this, and how many of them are there? And
It's a good question.
it's a very strange thing. October 21st, 1990. I had high hopes for the logbook, but have struggled to find a reason to add another entry. My employer's decision earlier this year has left me feeling disheartened, and I find it difficult to find the motivation to continue in my work. I am aware that my disappointment is affecting my performance, and I am reminded of that daily when I see the houseplants slowly dying as I make my rounds. Perhaps I should quit. I really, really should have. January 8th, 1991. My ambition has been reignited. I overheard, perhaps with some prodding, that the employee contracts for the staff are kept within the Baron's private office on the 10th rank. A fact that I found quite remarkable considering that the house only has 9 ranks. This all but confirms the long-held suspicion that the rumored 46th room is, in fact, north of the antechamber. A suspicion that I had always considered too obvious to be plausible. That's not how plausible works. As much as I wish to abandon all pretense of caring about my job to focus on this new project, I fear I must resume my gardening duties for the sake of appearances. It has, after all, been a long time since the north side of the house has received the groundskeeper's undivided attention. Let's trim the hedges and see what we find. January 11th, 1991. If there is a 10th rank, it is impossible to perceive its existence from the outside. So if it does exist, then I'm going to assume that reaching it can only be done through the antechamber. Sadly, security has only gotten tighter in the years after Mary's disappearance, and that room is no longer locked behind regular doors that can be opened by regular keys. No, that would be too easy. Instead, the Baron had remote access levers installed in several different rooms of the house. Funny enough, I already know the location of 3 of these levers, as one was recently installed in the greenhouse, and another 2 were installed in the secret garden. It's almost like they were choosing green rooms just to tempt me. Almost. It appears each antechamber door has one primary access lever in addition to a redundancy in another location. Okay. So the secret garden, the left side backup is in the mechanarium. I guess you have to draft it with a certain number of gears.
Okay.
March 10th, 1991. Although these past few months of exploration have yet to yield the fruit I seek, I have, in that time, gained a much greater mastery of the estate, and have stolen many glimpses behind the black curtain that veils her many secrets. Among the more exciting of my recent finds was the discovery of a hidden chamber in one of the outer rooms, sealed shut behind a false wall. The stale quality of the air and the unmistakable aroma of corroded metal lead me to believe this chamber has remained sealed for many decades. Within it, I found a large vat and a copper still, their time-worn surfaces streaked with creeping veins of oxidation and rust, resealed in January after deal in Reddington fell through. I am unsure if these instruments can be restored to working condition, but if they can, I may yet find a use for the sugar beets and potato stores rotting away in the root cellar. August 4th, 1991. At last! I have finally discovered a location of one of the north levers. It is deep underground in a location so far removed from any of the estate's plant life that had I been discovered I would have been completely invulnerable, without any excuse but curiosity to offer to my captor. As anxious as I was to pull it, I have decided to wait until the Baron is away, as it reduces the risk of being caught significantly. And once he leaves, I don't think that a delay in returning will be too hard to engineer now that Christoph is under my thumb and beholden to do whatever I command. Christoph, the driver.
Mm-hmm.
August 15th, 1991. Well, there's no turning back now. After finally reaching the objective I've been working toward for the last 4 months, I made an impulsive decision in the heat of the moment and took more than just my contract. I found something that I knew could give me the chance to make back some of the money I felt was owed to me, and I grabbed the opportunity without really considering the consequences. Given that there is now only one missing file in the staff contracts, I have unwittingly left an incriminating trail directly back to me, leading directly back to me. My only hope is that they consider it too obvious to be plausible. I'm almost positive that I'm not going to get away with it, but at this point, I feel I owe it to myself to get what's coming to me, one way or another. Well, what do you think of that, Amabel?
Huh.
Huh, indeed. Alright, well, that's going to dump us out in the courtyard. Before we leave this part of the house, is there anything that we do want... Like, what do we want to coat check? Do we want to throw our power hammer back in there? Or do we want to...
I guess because there's a
The rest of this stuff is...
walled up area in the root cellar.
Oh, is there?
And that's what he said in the book you just read.
Did he? I know he said there was a walled up area.
Oh, he says
One of the outer rooms, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
we have not
And
seen
then he
this.
mentions-
We have not seen this area. This area he's talking about with the cell or with the still is a thing that we are unfamiliar with. So
maybe put the power hammer away just to,
yeah.
in case we see it, then we can.
All right. So we need to go commissary from
Commissary.
now that this is open. This is the way to do this for sure. Okay, and then fastest way back to the lab computer is through here. We don't have enough money to buy anything.
Foundation parlor. Yeah.
Show us something cool. The mailroom. Okay. Same day delivery. Package will be delivered after you hit rank 8. Package will be dropped off on the entrance steps the day after drafting this room. That's definitely interesting. Or a very large package will be delivered 3 days after. I like the no contact, right?
I like the yeah. I was about to say I also like the no contact delivery.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. We didn't get the king, so we don't have the chess puzzle.
All right, let's run outside then and have a look at that quote-unquote fountain.
You're so mad.
I'm pretty mad about this. Like, it is just objectively not, like... Even if that is technically an acceptable term for that,
Uh-huh.
the word well unambiguously refers to that thing.
Well, no, the word well, it has to be a water source.
But like it is a water. It's where
No,
the water's
like a well is an underwater.
the water's coming from below below this. We know that. Well, here's all my money.
Well, don't pick it up now.
No. Oh, yeah, I was looking at the estate. Like the gifts. The only thing left in the gift shop costs over 100 coins. What an annoying way to.
Yeah, this is a fountain, because if it was a well, it would.
Amabel, we need the basement key. Amabel, we needed to get into the antechamber for this to be worth anything. All right. Well, I mean, we can leave it this way and just not,
Leave it this way,
just
and we
not
do
have
it-
the pool low until we can sort this.
Yeah,
That's fine, I guess.
we
Okay.
accomplished. I
Is
think
there
we accomplished
anything
things these last few runs.
Else to do? No, I guess we're good. It doesn't. It's not going
Yeah.
to do anything for us to run over to like the gemstone mine or anything. Yeah. No, I guess we're good. I guess I'm gonna call it a day.
We're good. Call it a day.
Call it a day at the bottom of a well.
It's not a well.
It is a well.
It'd have to be like an underground river or something for the well to take the water from.
There is. That's where the water's coming from.
No, there's not. I love you.
There is. That's where the water's coming from. Where do you where do you think the water's coming from? They had it all trucked in.
I mean, it's being pumped in and out.
Well, it's being pumped.
Well, look at this garden manor you have.
Amabel,
Yeah.
physics. Ugh. Ah. Anyway, Mount Holly. It's a garden manor, as we all know. As we all know and have agreed to. We got a lot of rooms placed that time. That is a 39 room manor right there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still pretty annoyed at how difficult it is to connect power to the goddamn pump room. We have been trying. Connecting power to the pump room has been our main focus for like 10 hours of game time now. And we're getting other stuff done. But like, at some point with one of these, like I have seen people make the argument in response to people saying, the randomness can keep you from accomplishing an objective for extremely long time. They go, well, don't focus so hard on one thing. Are you making sure you can do other things? And like, first of all, that's not a real defense, like obviously on its face. Deeply stupid argument. But secondly, it also stops holding up at some point, right? The list of things to do in any one of these games is going to be finite, and at some point you will only have a couple of things left, or perhaps even only one thing left that you intend to do, and at that point, this could still happen, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is just 100% ass that you could be focused on a single goal to the point that you've like made all its individual parts common and everything for this amount of time and have it still not ever have like had a chance to even occur. I don't like it. I like the parts where the things are happening, and I don't like all the really shitty feeling baffles that have been set up to reduce the rate at which those things are happening by some arbitrary, like, random amount.
Yeah, I think the game is really frustrating, and it's really working against you and against itself in ways I'm not used to.
Yeah, it does.
But
It does feel
also-
like it's got one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake, right? It's really eager to like show you all these parts of this story of the world that they wrote and everything, and then there's just this other part of the game that is like hall monitor. It's like
Yeah.
You're having too much fun and getting too much interesting stuff done. You need to go sit in the corner for 2 runs.
Yeah, so it's really frustrating yet really compelling because we keep coming back to it. Like you and I both,
the parts where we're learning things and
Yeah.
doing things are good, and it sucks a huge amount that there's
So
But there's
what I'm
this hall
saying,
monitor.
what I'm saying is, and I'm sorry about this,
Hmm.
blueprints. It is kind of like an Amabel,
Okay.
compelling and frustrating at the same time.
No, I like
No.
Amabel's. That's
Okay, but
I'm
I
being
am
too hard.
frustrated.
I'm being too
I do
harsh.
cause trouble.
I don't dislike blueprints as a whole. I just think there's I think they've made some really bafflingly bad decisions. Um, decisions
But I
that
had,
when I say bad decisions, that I mean counter their own design in some
but
ways.
I'm, but I am happy that they made them in a weird way because it's such a weird thing to engage with, and
Eh,
I, I like that. I like that they did the thing they wanted to do. I wonder why they did it the way they did. Like, does not. But as
in any roguelike game with a bunch of unlocks, this thing happens. I don't think it's all that weird. I don't think it's all that unique. In any
well,
roguelike games where there's like secrets to hunt down, or like a bunch of specific things to unlock, you get into this period where it's like, okay, so I'm just waiting for all the stars to align.
well, sure, and
The
like I
only
had that when
the
I,
thing that's different here is that it's slower.
yeah,
It happens at a lower rate than it happens in other games, which only increases the amount of frustration.
yeah, I had that when I played through Hades. Like the last 20 runs of it was like really frustrating trying to get
Looking for
the
opportunities to give
the
gifts to the right people, and yeah.
yeah, but at the same time, like I had ways I could lean into that by
Hmm.
wearing certain charms or whatnot,
Yeah.
and we really don't have that here.
Yeah, we have started to unlock, and I think bad luck um, caused us to unlock some of the larger persistent upgrades probably later than we
Yeah,
should have, and that helped contribute to the feeling that we had no control over it. Um,
sure,
but
yeah,
that feeling is correct though. If it is the case that bad luck can make it so you don't unlock those things early, then it is actually the case that you have very little control over your destiny. The thing the thing that has the biggest, by a huge margin, the biggest determining part over whether or not you will accomplish a goal is neither your skill nor your decision making, and that just that's bad. That feels bad because it is bad. Anyway, that's
yeah.
it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, the antechamber or powering stuff or listen, we have pretty much the same things on our plate. We're going to figure them out. Some of them. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.